Hey, welcome. I am with Shauna. Sorry, I didn't get your name in the beginning, but I'm with Shauna
Or-
from the Das House, Loretto, Pennsylvania. So Shauna, so Das House,
Yeah,
new new to the paranormal world.
it
Um,
is.
the question I have to ask: do you guys own it or just help run it?
No, we own it. Danielle and I own it.
Okay,
Mhm.
I wasn't sure about that because there's a lot of groups out there now that help run, certain buildings and everything,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't really find anything on your Facebook that you guys actually owned it or you just
yeah.
ran it. So how did that become about then?
The Dawes House came about. Everything basically that we're doing, have done, and is coming to is all in honor of my mother, Holly Cataldo. She was very much involved in the paranormal community, and in 2023, she passed away from stage 4 cancer. So, in the midst of that, Danielle and I took over her paranormal group. It was Unique Paranormal 1. We have renamed it Unique Paranormal 1.5. And in hindsight, she always wanted to own a haunted Airbnb. Well, you know, money tree didn't land in my front yard. So Danielle did start looking after my mom passed away, looking to find a haunted location to open in honor of her. And we just so happened to stumble across the Doss house about 8 or 9 months into the search. We found the Doss house and we got in there and checked it out. And needless to say, we bought it and opened it up on Halloween of last year. And it's been soaring ever since.
So, I mean, I've looked. I mean, like every paranormal investigator, you kind of look to see, oh, what's haunted place out there that we could buy.
Yeah.
So, what kind of attracted you to the Doss house that you knew was kind of haunted, or did it have a history of like paranormal before?
It did. So it's odd how we came across the place because Doss, who was the barber, actually was Danielle's grandfather. So the house had sat with the family for years, just abandoned. Nobody was really doing anything with it. Um, we got a call from Danielle's aunt, and she was like, "Hey, Danielle, do you want to pick up your Pap's mantle from the house? I'm trying to like just sort things out that I know family members would want, and I know you would appreciate it because he made it." And she's like, "Of course." So we, took a drive out to Loretto, Pennsylvania. I had never been to Loretto, Pennsylvania in my entire life. On our way there, I'm very sensitive to certain things, like certain locations make me feel sick. So and I just thought we were going to her family's house. I wasn't thinking anything beyond that. And on the way there, I just got really sick. She had to pull over for me. And about 20 minutes later, we pull up to this place. And I'm looking at the place and I'm looking at Danielle. And I said, "Danielle." She's like, "What?" And she kind of was like, she didn't know how to respond to me. I don't know if she was embarrassed because how the house looked, knowing that it was her grandparents' house, um, or what. She didn't really know what I was saying her name for. And I said to her in that moment, I was like, "You've been looking for a haunted location for over a year, and you're telling me that this is in your family and you never thought of this being an option?" She's
Yeah,
like, "No, like, and I don't know why." Like, she's like, "I had tons of experiences here as a kid, me and my sister, my parents, my grandparents, obviously." And Doss had reported for years that there was a little girl in a green dress that always harassed him. It was always causing trouble. They had, we don't really know exactly what their complaints were, Doss and his wife. All we do know is that they did bring a paranormal investigative team in there in 1976. And we learned that information from Frank, the historian who lives across the street, who just so happened to be Doss's best friend for years and years. He told us the story, of the little girl in the green dress that Doss had always spoken about, and something that was just didn't feel right, and everybody was starting to, their moods were changing and feeling uncomfortable. So they had this team come in, and it was very hush hush. This is a very Catholic town. It wasn't something that you talked about. So a couple weeks went by, and Frank followed up with Doss, and he was like, "Hey, whatever happened with that team that came in there?" And Frank told us the only thing Doss had ever said was that they found something not so nice in the basement. And that was it. And they never spoke of it again. He never said if things got better, if things got worse. Like, there was no follow up. of anything. So here we are.
Yeah, kind of fell in your lap. That's cool, though. I mean,
Yeah.
so we have Ashley on and Beth.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Said Ashley said, "Oh my God, I'm so excited to see Shauna. It's on my bucket list to meet her."
Yeah. Anytime. Is that Ashley? Is that what Ashley said? Is that Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley Stolson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's actually, I don't know why I can't. Oh, wait, here. Now I can see the comments.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Ashley is a very good friend of mine. And she, every time I'm on something or I go somewhere, she always says she can't wait to meet me or she can't wait to come to the Doss house. She keeps us on our toes. She's fun.
That's good.
She's fun. Even though I've met her about 100 times and investigated with her about 20. It's fine.
So you're still on her bucket list. So that's good.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Michael is one of my investigators on my team. So
Okay. Hey, Michael.
what's up, Michael? So if you have any questions about the Doss house, throw them out there. I have a lot. So
Yeah.
I try not to do too much history on places. So I have heard something dark in the basement.
There's Danielle. She was able to pop in there, so I'm sure she could answer questions in the comments too.
Yeah. So what do you think is there something dark in the basement there then?
All I will say is this, is that the Doss house has very low vibrational energy and very high vibrational energy. I am by no means an expert. I have only really been in the paranormal field with both feet for about 2 years since my mom passed away. So I'm still learning. All I can tell you is that the feeling down there is not very nice. We have, and several other teams have heard growling. They get some very not nice communication coming back at them. We have had one of our friends, Sarah Lee and Jim Houston, both got scratched down there at one point. So yeah, there's definitely, and then we had an event this past June that there was a bench set up next to the stairwell, and they were doing a seance down there with Patty Negri, and they kept getting bum rushed from behind those steps, and the bench was actually moving. So there's definitely a strong energy that's pretty darn mad for whatever reason. That's how I kind of look at it, and enjoys scaring people. I don't know what it is. I have speculations of what I think it is, but I don't really know. There's 2 spots in the house that have a very low vibrational energy to me, and that is the basement and then the crawl space at the top of the 2nd floor stairwell. That's also a not so nice spot. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel very good down there.
No, I mean, what is up with basements and people being scratched? Like the only time I've heard people being scratched are in basements.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, knock on wood, luckily I've never been scratched or poked. I mean, obviously poked, but touched on the back of the neck and stuff like that, but never scratched. And I'm hoping that never happens.
I've been doing this about 20 years. I've never been scratched.
Yeah. Better knock on something, man.
All right. I've had a feeling of like an ice pick going in my back a couple times down at Bel Air. I mean, not really. It's kind of just more of a burning sensation.
Yeah.
Never scratched and no marks on me.
Yeah, me neither.
A few of my team members have been scratched a few times, but
maybe we're just the lucky ones, Ryan. Maybe we're just the lucky ones.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like, there's people out there like, oh, I want to be scratched, I want to be slapped until you're scratched.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
So how did you all get into the table tipping? What is table tipping?
Okay, so table tipping is basically a 3-legged older table. In my opinion, it should be completely smooth. They kind of resemble like a plant stand table. That's the best way I could describe it. So this was something that I encountered for the time at the historic 1912 Hoover House in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. One of my mother's most favorite places on the planet. Her closest best friends are always there and run it. And they basically use the table as a means of communication with spirit. So from what I have observed, and for lots and lots of years, I was the one who was like on the floor looking at everybody's feet and watching the table and, making sure nobody's whites of the tips of their fingers were. So basically what you do is you set it, you can gather, however many people you can fit around this table, and you place just your fingertips on the table. There's usually one person in charge of starting, opening, and closing in, communication. Jim Wyrick is who Jim and his sister Jen, we watch the most. They, everybody introduces themselves. They put some type of oil, and Danielle might know what type of oil it is. Basically like to cleanse your fingers before you place them on the table. Usually each table has a name. It belongs to someone. So our friend Jen, her table's name is Emma. We have another friend, Jerry. His table's name is Murphy. So you always address the table by its name, and you basically use it as a form of communication. Like if everybody's fingertips are on there, you ask who spirit is here that they're here to communicate with, and the table genuinely leans in a direction, or a yes or no answer. You'll get a slight lean. There has been times that I've seen the table actually levitate, come straight up off of the floor. There has been times it goes from standing to completely smack on its face, where everybody's like, they don't know what to do. So to me, it's just a tool of communication. I'm not 100% experienced in it. My mother loved it. She participated in it quite frequently. And it's very interesting. Lots of, people that really still aren't unsure about it, which is understandable. But all I can say is, and until you actually experience it with an experienced group of people, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
Cool. So do you guys have a table there at the Doss house that you can do this?
We did. There are several tables in there, but none of the tables that Danielle has felt was type of like had an energy about it, I guess you could say. Kind of like how certain people look at dolls and they hold energy. I guess that's the same type of thing with these tables. They're supposed to like call to you, I guess. I mean, never has happened for me yet. We did pick up one table thinking that possibly, and it hasn't really been anything yet. So as of right now, Jen and Jim just bring their tables along when we do stuff with them. And they're actually coming up because we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary at the Doss house on Halloween. So we invited them up to celebrate our 1-year anniversary with us doing some table tipping at the house.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Interesting though. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely interesting. We will be live on our TikTok page that night. So it usually gets pretty wild, because like I said, you get a lot of, anytime you use any tools like that, you get all the skeptics come out of the woodwork, and, they are trying to debunk it from behind a camera screen, like I am being there crawling on the floor and watching everybody's fingers. You know what I mean? So it took me a lot of years to actually slightly believe in it. And it took me actually being at the table to truly understand and feel what it was about.
Quick question. So you said you've been got really into the paranormal for just a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom sounds like she was in it for a long time.
She was in it for a very long time.
How did you not kind of?
Well, 100% transparency. Okay. So I always went to do things with my mom, but I was that kid was like, yeah, you're full of crap. Like, you're so full of crap. Like, and I was, and she knew that I felt that way, but she was constantly teaching me. I was, always putting me in situations of learning and at least seeing and experiencing things. And it wasn't until I was probably in my early 30s, I want to say, along the way, there are bits and pieces of things that happen, but a friend of mine, and I'm not even sure how my friend knew about my mom, But she got a hold of me and she was like, hey, I saw your mom's coming in town. Do you think she'll do a reading for me? And I was like, sure, I guess. So I asked my mom, and she was coming in town to visit me and the kids. And my friend, she came over, and I sat in the living room with my mom, and my mom told things about a recent tragedy that had happened within her family in the last couple of months that my mother would have known nothing about this. She never met this person in her life. And when she nailed everything and spoke of, the horrible accident in detail, my mind was changed forever. So in that moment, I started looking at things a lot differently. I actually went to a couple investigations with her and her team. And there was just too many unexplained things, like even just as simple as a mag light turning on and off in response intelligently blew my mind. A piano playing itself on its own with nobody over there. So, and then I was hooked. I was hooked. I did a couple more things with her. We would go to the Gettysburg Bash every year together. But it was kind of like my mom's thing that I would just go, or me and Danielle, the last couple of years, we would just go and hang out with her and just be there for the experience. It wasn't until she passed away that I really dove into it, because honestly, for me, within my grief journey, it was something that she loved so much and was so much a part of. It helped me to feel closer to her by doing these things.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, like my mom, she liked it, but she never really did it. She bought me the tickets to go down to Mansfield for Christmas and all that fun stuff. But I'm like, why don't you come with me? She's like, no, take a friend. I think my mom talked a good game. I think she was she was a badass in mind, but when it came to it, she was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this stuff. So you go do it and tell me about it.
Yeah. Your mom was like, take a friend. And I was telling my mom that, yeah, I'm good. You take a friend.
So no, it was, she got me into it. Just, when you get older, Christmas presents are harder to come by. So go to a haunted location.
There you go.
It was.
Yeah.
Donna, how you doing? And Anime, how you doing?
Hello.
Again, if you guys have questions, ask. Usually they wait to the very end and they start rattling off questions. And
hey, I'm here for it. Whenever you guys want to, we're here for it.
Yeah. So, I was invited down by Savage Energy. I think they came on the 11th, October 11th.
Okay.
House. That was like that free night you guys had there.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
there's people in there every week, and I'm lucky if I can remember my own name most days.
Yeah, they're trying to get. They're from up by me. They were trying to get me to come down and my group to come down, but it was my daughter's 16th birthday, so I'm like,
yeah, definitely more important. Yeah.
What's up, Caden? How you doing? Another local investigator.
Hey, Caden. We're actually, if you all are interested in coming out, we're actually for the month of October, we're running a special. It's going to be our last special of the year. That if y'all want to come out, you can, if you book within the 2025 calendar, which we have like 6 or 7 dates left available, you get a 2026 investigation for up to 8 people for absolutely free. So finish the year off at the Doss House and then come back again next year. 2 for the price of 1.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Do you just book in October for like any other month, like November?
Oh, it's just for the rest of 2025. So if you pick a date, October, November, December, and then you get a completely free whenever you want in 2026.
All right, I had to look.
I like to throw lots of little specials and deals out there all the time to try to make it more intriguing and more affordable for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's why you guys have gotten pretty popular, the Doss House.
Yeah.
Or just a year into it, just popping up, and it's about the paranormal for you and groups. That's what I love about you guys.
And we have heat. I
I don't know if I'm a fan of heat. I like heat, but
And a flushable toilet. That's always a bonus.
So we're right by Madison Seminary up here.
Oh, okay.
And I've done it. But they have 13 times now. I've investigated that place.
Mm-hmm.
It is so much more active in the winter than
Really?
it is. Yeah. I'm going to try to prove it again in December. Having a whole bunch of groups come up, and we're going to go investigate it. But the last 3 years, summertime, it's still fun, but wintertime, it's ramped up, and they have heat in there, but you'll be lucky to get like 35 degrees inside there. So
yeah, it's weird how we actually ended up there. We were actually scheduled to go to the other one, Fairfield. And we were hauling our camper out to camp for a whole week. So we got a call on our drive from Adam. He's like, you guys are never going to believe this, but the fire alarms will not stop going off. And we're like, oh, crap. So a whole week we planned for Danielle's birthday. And he was so awesome. He's like, well, why don't y'all head over to my other place? It's available the whole weekend. He's like, I'll even get your campground switched up to over this way for you. And we ended up out there. He was so awesome to us. We had that was an amazing time. I think that was early spring. No, or maybe late fall. Might have been late fall because it was chilly. It was still chilly, but we didn't freeze. But we had a really good time. That is a really cool place. Really cool place.
Madison's cool. I mean,
yeah. And Adam's prices are awesome.
Yeah, you can't beat it. I mean,
no, you really can't.
Compare to some of these other places. There's a lot of places that are decent.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot that aren't decent too. But
true.
For Ohio, Pennsylvania, there's some really good places that you can go there be a group, $30-$50. You have that place to yourself.
Right.
Of course, Bird has to. Michael Messina, we call him Bird. So
it's like cold like your heart.
Yeah, they know me too well.
Oh, man.
So I make my group do stuff like a lot of solos and all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
They don't like it, but
I always get voted off the island because I'm probably the biggest chicken in the group. So, I understand. I understand, Michael. I'm usually that one. Mm-hmm.
I'll just wait. I think it's December 5th. I call it the Fellowship of the Spirits. I think there's 7 groups coming up to Madison.
Oh, wow.
They have no idea what's in store for them. The games we're going to play. Almay Paranormal's on here. Donna, you guys, Caden. Just wait. There's going to be there's going to be blindfolds and locked in rooms solo. So everybody says they can't wait till it happens, but no, it's going to be fun. We're going to play a lot of games.
Awesome.
But no, I need to get down to Doss House sometime.
Absolutely.
This year. I've been flying pretty much solo a lot lately with other groups, so maybe we can try to, when you're down there, maybe I come to join us.
Yeah, we're always up for anything, of course. Yeah. Absolutely.
So what other places have you investigated since you just kind of got into this? And
well, our list obviously isn't lengthy because it's a year of opening the Doss House and just doing this stuff. But we have done, obviously, Madison and Fairfield. We have done Pennhurst. We recently just took a trip out to Michigan. We did Eloise Asylum out there. Awesome place. Love it there. The Bel Air House. Oh, shoot. The hotel in Winburn. Ashley, what's the name? Blair owns it. It's a hotel in Winburn. I can't remember the name of it. Help me out, y'all. Crescent Sanatorium and Prison, the Cambria County Old Stone Jail here in Evansburg, the Nanny Glow Theater. Help me out, guys. Yes, the Grand Midway. That's the one. That's a cool place.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of where else we've gone. The Reliquary of St. John's, that's in Fredonia, Pennsylvania. That's a brand new location. I don't know if I missed anything, Daniel. I'm sure you'll tell me. And then obviously the Doss House Unlimited. Indiana Sanatorium, yep. That was cool. That was a good one.
I mean, for a couple of years, you knocked off a lot. I mean, it's a pretty impressive group.
It's pretty addictive, Ryan. You know this. It's pretty addictive. I know.
If I didn't work 67 hours a week, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, see?
I just do podcasts now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hillview Manor. We've done that too. Look at all my people having my back out here. Hillview Manor. Have you done Hillview Manor yet?
I've not done Hillview Manor. The guy we just had on, Dr. Damn, I'm terrible. Blackburn?
Not familiar.
He works at Hillview Manor, I guess, too.
Okay.
Sometimes, and we're going to go out there sometime.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool place, too.
Yeah. So what'd you think about Bel Air House?
Oh, man. Well, that's a loaded question. So I need to go back because Hinsdale, too. What happened there, we were not prepared for. That's how I'm going to put it. We just were not prepared. A couple of our team members were taken down. From the attic.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I was outside of my mind the whole time, pretty much. Everybody was telling me. I wandered off by myself. When we got there, we usually all, say a prayer together before we go in, put protections in place, because even though we are, seeking higher vibrational energy, we do acknowledge that there are lower vibrational energies, right? So we implement those things for our group to make sure everybody's safe and educated and all these things. And I don't know what, I walked in, was walking around the house, went alone, and I never do that. I ended up in the attic. The next thing I know, another teammate of ours, Amy, was right behind me. She never does this either. We went up there. Next thing, we come downstairs, and everybody was concerned. After about 2 hours of being in there, there was some things that were happening that were concerned. Amy and I were acting not as ourselves, obviously, and quite a few members of our group felt uncomfortable. We did later learn some extra things about the place and what people have done there or do there or can place there or things like that, being as discreet as possible. But yeah, it was a very interesting experience. Now, when we first got, I felt like there was nothing really. So for that to have happened, it's kind of thrown me for a loop a little bit. So I do want to go back, having, certain things in place and really trying to figure out what exactly happened. And then that'll be it. I would never have to go back again. It'll be fine. But yeah, I've heard all over stories from people that have gone there, but we went in there blind, and that was probably a really bad idea.
And I think I'm interested next time you go back because we went twice. The first time, like you said, was unexpected. We were there was about 6 of us down in the basement. I'll try and make this quick. My daughter got scratched. It was weird. She had 3 scratches on her back. My buddy felt them. They were raised. Then me being the great dad I am, I was like, hey, lift your shirt up so I can take a picture for Facebook, 2 minutes later, no scratches at all. Totally gone. And my buddy was kind of flipping out. He's like, I felt them. They were raised. They were almost bleeding.
Yeah.
And smooth, not even a mark on her after 3 minutes. Then we went totally dark, doing just an EVP session. I had everybody turn their flashlights off. My one group member, Aaron, was like leaning against her husband by the shelves in the basement. And I heard some racket, and I'm like, "What's going?" I thought maybe he just stepped back and hit something. Then it just kept going, and I finally turned my flashlight on, and she was knocked out cold. Like her
Wow.
eyes, she was on the ground, eyes in the back of her head, like almost like she was out of it. Like she said
Yeah.
that something came and hit her in the chest and crawled up her face,
Yeah.
and she went black.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there, I
Yeah.
mean, last time,
I would say there's probably about 50% of the night that several of us don't even remember.
yeah. But then
Yeah.
we went back, high expectations, and nothing.
Nothing.
Like, I mean, we had some stuff. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I did Mirror Scribe and had some stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Over the spirit box, they asked me if I wanted my soul, stuff like that.
That's fun.
And of course, me being the ginger, I'm like, I'm a ginger, I have no soul, and I kept like egging it on. And finally, at the end, I mean, other stuff was said. And at the end, I didn't know this till I got back. We were listening to the recording, because I'm like, well, whose soul do I have? And because it said you can have your soul or a
Mm-hmm.
soul. Then I asked, whose soul do I have? And it goes, it's mine. And I was like, oh. And of course, I didn't hear that till like 2 weeks later. I'm going over evidence. I'm like, damn, like,
Yeah.
must have been good.
I feel fine.
I always say it's a happier soul because I've been happier ever since. So,
Well, there you have it.
no, Bel Air's cool. It's going to be on our, we're going to do we're trying to pick the 5 most haunted places in Ohio.
Okay.
East, Southern, Verona. And we're going to hit 5 places next year. We're leaving it up to people to vote on it. Bel Air's one of them. I got to pick one. There's a funeral home down in Southern Ohio that Southern Ohio Paranormal Society does all the time. They say it's pretty bad.
Okay.
So we're trying to find 3 more places to go to, and we're going to hit them next year and decide which is the most haunted in Ohio.
There you go. Awesome.
But I do have to say, I always thought Ohio and Texas were some of the most haunted states.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pennsylvania has to be right up there. I mean, you have so many.
There's quite a few. There's even just like outside of locations, like there's certain towns out here that, I mean, because I wasn't born and raised here, we drive through these towns and I'm like, holy crap, like what happened here? What is going on? Another state that I was very intrigued by, surprisingly, was New Hampshire. Danielle had a contract out there and there were so many places that we would go to just like during the day, or towns that we would drive through, tons of abandoned places. And there's a lot of energy in that state for sure.
Are you the type of person that can drive by something and just feel like there's something there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, of course. I mean, that's what drew you to Das House. I mean,
for sure.
He showed up. So,
yeah, it's kind of one of those things that you do, like, I'm sure how psychic mediums feel like you wish that you could just switch that switch off and not have to deal with that stuff for a little while. But yeah, nope, happens all the time.
So what are the big plans of Das House next year?
Big plans at the Doss House. Like I said, not much of anything big and planned besides our 1-year anniversary. And we're just going to, let the Doss House do the Doss House thing. Like, just, be there for the community. And that's what it was established there for. My mom wanted to have a nice place that people could come and investigate that actually was haunted. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, that place is definitely haunted. But yeah, next June, we're talking about doing our Creep It Real Festival again. Last June, it was pretty awesome. We held that at the Cambria County Old Stone Jail in Evansburg. Had quite a few big name people turn up for that. So we're talking about doing that again. Outside of that, kind of just, I want to focus more on going to events and meeting more people, talking about the Doss House, talking about my experience. I've been doing some guest speaking about, my grief journey and, turning my pain into power, things like that, just kind of uplifting people, encouraging, giving people some hope. We're looking at some avenues to create some type of a platform for people who are struggling with, coming into knowing that they do have psychic mediumship abilities. My mom was ridiculed most of her life and wasn't able to express that she had abilities until she was much, much older. So we're trying to put together kind of like a safe space for people to turn to for guidance, people that can mentor people who are struggling. Because I think that's a big thing in the community right now is people are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to tell their friends and their families and their coworkers because they look at them like they're crazy. And, so having a safe space for people who are discovering those things about themselves, I think is important. So we're trying to throw something together to support that right now. Hoping to have something up and running by January.
Do you think it's more accepted now, though, that it's out there?
I do. I do think it is a little bit more accepted, but I think the worldly community that isn't accepting of it never is going to be. Certain, religious, towns, beliefs, especially one that the Doss House is sitting in, those types of communities are never going to change. So I think teaching individuals that are getting ridiculed from people like that, putting things into place to help them cope and understand perspectives, and that, at the end of the day, everybody is entitled to feel that they want to, but it doesn't give you the right to treat them any less of a human being just because you have differences and different views and opinions. Because honestly, if you look at it in a whole, that's all it is views and opinions. Nothing in this world, from paranormal to religion is actually factual. So all I care about at the end of the day is if you're a good human or not. And if you're not a good human, we can't be friends. If you're a good human, we can be friends.
Pretty simple. So are you talking like, I'm trying to explain it, not bad, but like getting like psychic mediums together where it's kind of like a safe space where they can talk about and learn?
You were breaking up. I didn't catch what you said.
Are you talking about like they have a meeting like where psychic mediums can get together and learn like how to control
or mediums or psychic, anybody with any type of ability, or a platform for them to just speak about their personal experiences and how they overcame them and were able to get themselves to where they are now, where they are confident and, have no problem expressing these things anymore as they went through all of these trials and tribulations, as well as, and even if people don't want to participate in something, lining up the tools and the people with the right knowledge for all of these different types of things, that if somebody does need some help, we can lead them in the right direction.
Okay. It kind of reminds me, I talked to Emily Paranormal from the UK.
Okay.
She told me they go like, it's kind of like church for them.
Okay.
And they meet like every Sunday or whatever it is, and kind of like learn your abilities, learn how to control them. Mm-hmm. There's clairvoyants, psychics, mediums, sensitives, and like she considers herself, I think, like a medium, but she never throws it out there during her investigations because she's not 100% sure yet. So, I mean, I think it's cool that, stuff out there that people can go and, I don't want to say get help, but get help. Yeah. And feel safe to say that you're, whatever.
Oh, right. And know that that there is a community that you can communicate with safely about these things. Because, for example, my mom, her family literally deemed her crazy when she was younger, and she literally then had to internalize everything for years and years and years and couldn't be honest about things. It affected her so deeply that up until the end, when she, was weeks away from leaving the physical earth, that she still was proclaiming, like, see, I wasn't lying. I was telling the truth, and like still trying to get people to believe her truth. It didn't have to be their truth, but it was her truth. And she was so desperate for acceptance of that, that she took it with her all the way until she passed away. And I can't imagine living my life carrying that around and never feeling truly accepted for who you are and what you believe in and things that you encounter.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're being more accepted to psychic mediums, but I think what's washing it down a little bit is the fakes because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard to believe some people.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, like, I always need proof. Like, if you're a
Right.
psychic medium, prove it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say you're not what you say you are.
Right.
But if you want to go out there on social media and claim to be like the most powerful
Yeah.
psychic
I,
medium,
I see it every day.
yeah,
Yeah. People pretending to be something that they're not, or claiming that they're one thing until that doesn't work out for them. And then they claim that they're something else. I just tell everybody, your intuition is your most powerful tool. And if your intuition says anything, even just the slightest little hiccup, then you probably should steer clear. So, and it's very hard to trust in anybody. It truly is.
and that hurts the people that are being legit too.
Absolutely does. It absolutely does. They have to prove themselves tenfold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go on TikTok and go on the lives and see how many psychics you see.
Yeah. Too many to count.
Too many. And then they message me. Like, I just scroll through them and they message me.
Oh yeah.
I have
You
a
pay
feeling.
me money. You pay me money. I pull you card.
Yeah.
That's what I get all the time. Yeah, all the time.
No, I think that's cool. You're trying to do that. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there that paranormal is so unknown, and we will never know.
No.
That's why we keep going. That's why we keep doing it.
Absolutely. Yep. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, why do you do this? And why this? Why that? And I said, hey, listen, like, it is truly my grief journey. All of this is my grief journey. And if I could have, the opportunity to speak to my mom for a half of a second, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to keep doing it in hopes that I get that half of a second. I'm sure, anybody out there that has lost somebody, this was the biggest loss I've ever experienced in my life. And, anybody who's lost anybody that close to them, the thought of possibly having a couple seconds of validation that you're actually speaking with them, I think that makes all the difference.
Yeah, I also asked that, since this was like your mom's dream.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever felt her at the Doss house? Or
I predominantly, I sense her around occasionally, but like I tell everybody, I never really know when she's here or when she's not. There was only a couple, maybe like 3 instances. One was the day she passed away. The other one was, Ashley and Mike had came to the Doss house, and they had brought a piece of equipment with them that they had never gotten a response out of ever. And I can't remember who in that moment. I was just having an emotional day that day. I don't know why. But somebody had mentioned that my mom was there, that they sensed that she was there with us. And I was like, yeah, no, she's not. She's never around. She never lets me know that she's here. Like, that's where my headspace was. So through the investigation, I said, okay, Mom, if you are here, light that piece of equipment up all the way that it can possibly light up. Because it was like stacked colors on this thing. And within that moment, it blared and blared and continuously blared off. And then I said, okay, if that's for real you, then you can back away now. And it did. So will we ever know if that was really her? No. Was it comforting to me to know that that piece of equipment had never gone off, and it did like that when I specifically asked her to do it? Makes you wonder. Makes you feel good. And it was pretty neat.
No, we always have our belief. I mean, that's what my mom passed away a few years ago. And
yeah,
like I said, she was a smart ass. I mean, she was, just leave it at that. She was a smart ass. And I loved her. I was a mama's boy growing up, and
Mhm.
you know, you always feel like she's talking. I always feel like she's talking to me, but also in
Mhm.
my mind, I know what she would say, like in a certain
Right.
situation. Like if I'm doing something stupid, I can still hear her tell me, "Pull your head out of your ass," like,
Yeah.
or "What the hell you doing?" You know.
Yeah.
So is it
Exactly.
hard? Is it her talking to me, or is it just my mind knowing what she'd say? I mean,
Mhm.
I want to
Could
believe
be.
it's her telling me,
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
Could be a little bit of both.
yeah."
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say it's the this. She's telling you.
yeah, I know she's
Get your
telling me.
head out of your ass.
Luckily, she doesn't have that wooden spoon with a hole in it anymore. So
Oh. Yeah, lots of families been coming through for people at the Doss house lately. That's been really unique change of events that's been going on there. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen Halloween night when we do the table tipping, because we're going to have, you know, some of our team members there, some regulars, and then quite a few people from the community. We opened that up free of charge. Nobody pays to come to this, and anybody who wanted to check it out and see what table tipping was about. So, you know, there's going to be familiars and unfamiliars at the table tipping. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to go and who's going to come through for people there.
yeah,
It's going to be fun. It's going to be so exciting.
but talk about families. So let's talk about this a little bit because it's getting a little bigger. Kids doing investigations. Um,
Yeah. You saying how do I feel about kids doing investigations?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I think to each is their own. If there's a kid that's interested in it, and you know the parents are in support of that, and they teach them the proper things and the proper tools, and you know, I think it's fantastic. I really do. Especially children who are gifted. Um, I think it's important for them to be around other individuals who are open to this and encouraging and teaching them the way. And I think it's great.
yeah. I mean, like a lot of people say like, yeah, your kids are brats. Or, you know, I've taken my daughter and my son. You know, I think my daughter was 12, my son was 14 when we went to Madison the first time. I
Yeah.
tell you what, they went on their own. Like they just had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted them. You know, it's all about respecting
Mm-hmm.
this. So, but you know, I've heard of schools doing paranormal groups now, like after groups.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
like
wow. I haven't heard of
there's
that yet.
yeah, there are some schools out there that actually,
Yeah.
you know, it's a program they can get into like a group after that they do paranormal.
Huh.
Tanya and Charlie from Old Hospital on College Hill, you know, have the school come every now and then. During the day, they do tours, but they still talk about paranormal
Yeah. Very
here
cool.
and teach
That's
them.
great.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I
Yeah.
think it's great. Who else? Cindy from Ross House has kids come every now and then. They
Okay.
do
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah. We actually were going to have our first kids event beginning of October. It was like a pajama rama thing that I had planned that kids could come. I'd teach them about some equipment and they could, you know, roam around the house. We're going to have a bonfire and some s'mores and watch a movie and stuff. I unfortunately had to cancel it because my daughter had our first grandbaby. So I had to zip on out to Oklahoma. So hopefully in the spring I can reschedule that and have another event for the little ones there.
Sorry, I just got a
No,
weird text.
no worries.
It's a weird text. Are you available now? Like who?
Now.
Let me text. I'll see who this is. No, I think. So, sorry, I lost train of thought here. No,
No.
it's like so. I've had other owners on before. You know, Tanya, Charlie, Old Hospital on College Hill, Cindy was on. I had someone else on too. Trying to think, but the one thing that amazes me is it's about the paranormal family.
Mhm.
You guys screamed that too. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's do a lot for the community. I mean, again, Old Hospital on Couch Hills and the Bible Belt also. They had a lot of issues in the beginning, trying to explain to the community that, hey, this is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually good for the community. It brings people together. So, I mean, I think it's cool that what you guys are doing out there. I haven't been to your town. I don't even know where your town's at, Loretto, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we, very similar situation. We, last summer, we faced a whole lot of scrutiny. Like I said, we had an event and we presented the event to the town. We rented the town's hall. I was at every single town meeting at the beginning of every single month, letting them know every single detail about what we were doing, who our guests were, that my mother, even though this was all in honor of my mother was, really involved in paranormal, but she was also very big about community, supporting, from the Girls and Boys Clubs to the Senior Citizens Center. Like if you needed something, she was there. If you needed a meal cooked for you, anything, parades, community events, she was always there. So that was the whole idea behind the Creep It Real Festival, was to bring the two worlds together and just have a day of community, of, socializing and making connections and, letting local vendors come and share their goods that they make at home, or, the little kids that are now making these 3D printed items that they could come and sell their first little keychain, or, but come and meet Heather Matarazzo from, Princess Diaries, Hostel, Scream, all of those things, to Patty Negri, Blue Bodie, all of, Santiago from The Walking Dead. Just a big day of just fun and community. And we also had a table for a memorial table for anybody, to honor anybody that they had lost that year. And we had a memorial at 3:33 in the afternoon. With a healing Reiki session, and it was just great all the way around. And that town, that's how we ended up at the Old Stone Jail in Evansburg, because Loretto, 30 days before our event, canceled us because they claimed that we were demon chasers and they could not support anybody that chased demons. So with that being said, it was very disheartening, probably one of the biggest blows I've ever taken in my life, because it was like, you know what, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because you try to be 100% transparent. I was honest from day one, gave them every bit of information, told them what my intentions were, what the goal of the festival was. The town seemed to be on board, but it was actually the college, when we asked to line up for a hometown hero parade that I presented, for obviously hometown heroes, kids to dress up as superheroes and princesses. And I offered to donate all of the funds for that to the police department for an update for their cruiser. We asked if we could line up the parade on one of the side streets of the college campus. And that was the response from the college campus that said, we won't support demon chasers. So then that was the response to the town. So then the town, had to feel offended because the college was offended, and then turned to the lady who rented the hall to us, started attacking her, I'm assuming. And it just turned into this big, huge mess of everybody pointing the fingers at us and, making all these false claims about us. We never received our money back. We never received an apology or an explanation for anything other than being told we were horrible, horrible people. So luckily I reached out. It was actually Ryan with Paranormal Theory that told me to get a hold of the jail, and I did. And Dave welcomed us with open arms over there. And within 30 days, we got everything moved over to the jail. It was a little chaotic and didn't, as great as the event was, it was chaotic, especially for an event that I mostly planned all by myself and organized. And, but my mom always preached divine order and that everything happens for a reason in the way that it's supposed to. So it was actually a blessing in disguise that we ended up over there, because we have since developed an amazing relationship with them at the jail. And couldn't have been better. The town still treats us like crap, but we just go about our business. We're respectful no matter what. We stay to ourselves. We explore the town. Nobody bothers us. We don't bother them. And everybody gets to enjoy the Doss house peacefully.
Do you think, you guys are a year into this, like a few years down the road, showing what you're going to do for the community, that will change?
For me personally, it won't matter, because I don't even know the right words to put this into. I'm happy to establish relationships with people who are willing. But because the entire town was behind that movement against us, I would rather do good works in communities that do appreciate and believe the mission and the good works that I'm trying to put forth. So, yeah, and I'm just going to keep doing that.
I'm just wondering. I mean, because usually in a town, it's usually like, especially in a Bible town, like usually one or two like city councilmen or somebody that in other people's ears, and they just follow suit. So,
and that's okay, but that, if that's how you choose to run your community rather than standing up for what's right, that's okay. Everybody is entitled to do, think, feel, say what they feel is right for them. And I can't say that there weren't people in supportive of it on their board. I felt truly that there were a couple of people that were very much in support of this. In the beginning, the mayor of the town absolutely adored us. He actually wanted us to open up other businesses within the town. So unfortunately, I think the town is at the mercy of the college and the church and all of these things. So like you said, following suit, doing what's, and that's just the establishment, how they work things over there. And that is okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I would ask, from anybody in the future is that you have the right to do what you want to do. You have the right to dictate the rules for your town. So when I presented you with all of the facts and all of the truth, you could have just kindly said no then. Just say no. Just say, this isn't going to work for our community. We wish you nothing but the best, but we're not going to rent you our hall and we're not this. But when you approach a situation and you're 100% honest and you give them every single detail from social media standings of all of these people that they then later badmouthed, that's the difference for me.
I mean, it seemed like they worked out though in the end. I mean, you guys got
100%. And we did hear later that they were talking and were regretful about what they did and how they treated us and not being able to bring that business to their community. Because it is historically, and the town itself is actually amazing. I will never take that away from the town. The church, the tomb, the cemetery, the Mount Assisi Sunken Gardens, like everything, the history in that town is incredible, and it does deserve the attention it deserves. I'll never, sway away from that. It's just, unfortunate that things have to happen the way that they do.
Yeah, I mean, so they regret it, but I mean, in the end, they worked out, and I'm glad you don't hold a huge grudge. I mean, little grudge you hold, but I mean, it's it's just a few people making those decisions, and it's probably it's all politics.
Oh yeah, I mean, and like I said, I'm not. We've moved past that, and we're in the, moving forward, doing, And that's right, Ashley. I forgot they did cancel bingo. They canceled bingo. I forgot about that.
That a canceled bingo?
Oh yeah, they canceled bingo because there was an event company was coming in to have an event at the house, and they were going to walk, and tour the town, and then do an investigation at the house. Well, somehow along the way, I don't know who, where, what, I don't even know where this came from. It was then spreading in the town like wildfire that apparently these group of individuals that had booked the house were going to go over to the cemetery at midnight, and you're going to really like this one, and they were going to unbaptize the dead. Unbaptize their dead. It's a new thing. That's a new thing for me. So because of this, they hired extra police and canceled bingo for the night so that the police could watch the cemetery, which there was no event. Nobody came. I ended up, because I heard all of this, I went over to the Doss house and I left the front door wide open. And I was like, hey, none of this stuff is true. People are making stuff up about us. We are good, wholehearted people. Stop in and say hello. Yeah. And I did. I sat there all night with the door as I watched it would be every 30 minutes you'd see one town cop go by And then the campus security would go by 30 minutes later. And that happened overnight. And that was, you can't make this stuff up, Ryan. You just can't make it up.
So can you unbaptize the dead?
No, I mean, not to my knowledge. I don't know. It was like one of the most ridiculous things I ever heard in my life.
I've never heard of that, but I mean,
yeah, must be something new within the religion, I guess. I don't know. When we heard that, my mouth about hit the floor. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe if somebody said it, it must be true, right? I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Research it. So I ask everybody these questions. What is the one piece of paranormal equipment that's like your go-to?
I mean, there's lots of cool little gadgets.
I think you're going to Penhurst. One thing.
Penhurst?
Yeah, I'm just saying Penhurst.
Digital recorder. Penhurst digital recorder.
I like
For
it.
Sure. Yeah.
Same here. You can pick one place in the world to investigate. Bucket list. You can give me two if you want. Everybody does anyways.
Somewhere in a brothel or a hostel in Amsterdam or something like that. Something crazy over there. Just like afraid to walk down the road without getting snatched. Probably a hostel. I'd say a hostel somewhere. That would be, I'd probably be too big of a chicken, but it sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
I think, I don't know.
It always stumps everybody. I don't know why. I mean,
probably the best. I mean, you're not allowed to anymore, and I've never been able to, but probably the battlefields in Gettysburg.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you're allowed to do like outskirts of the places, but I would like to be like right there, boom, all night long. And you're not really allowed to do that anymore. So,
do you think like battlefields everybody talks about, do you believe it's residual energy there?
I think it's both. I think you have, because the energy was so intense during the battle, of course, that's going to hold a lot. That's a lot of energy to disperse into the universe. But I do think that there are a lot of trapped souls there. Yeah, it's definitely both.
Definitely both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm doing
Hey, trapped souls. There you go. Yeah. Trapped souls. That's my go-to.
Everyone wants to know where I get my name from, so it's trapped souls. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah, we're doing Shamley Hotel coming up, and I guess that was a brothel sometime.
Definitely on the bucket list for sure. Heard cool things about that place. Ashley Stilson wants to know, what is energy? Me, you, everything.
Everything's energy.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question there.
Right.
You with the rods are the best equipment. So
me or Danielle? She's talking to Danielle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten away from dowsing rods.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get back into them.
We actually have kind of switched gears with the dowsing rods and not using conductive metals, because obviously conductive metals can be swayed and manipulated with energy, even from people who are sitting in the room. So Danielle has really connected with the light up ones, the new light up ones that they're basically plastic. And she's had a lot of luck with those. We have tried, people who can actually move dowsing rods with their hands and spread, stuff like that. Nobody has been successful with these yet. So, testing all the different ways of paranormal theory, we find it interesting. Can never be destroyed. It just becomes something else.
Energy.
There you go, Michael. There it is. Man. There it is, Ashley. You finally got a awesome answer.
Yeah, I mean, Bird surprises me every now and then. That's like two things he said in the last 3 podcasts.
Love it.
It's our last one of the last podcasts we had, we talked about a lot of like dimensions and multiverses and all that fun stuff, and different frequencies. It's weird to me. Not weird. It's interesting to me that we will never know the paranormal.
You know, a good, awesome duo of people that we have recently met in the last 6 months, Courtney and Sean with Hill City Paranormal. They really take everything about paranormal into perspective. Like, they have even taught me so many different scientific methods on how to approach different situations. Sean is really into it scientifically. If you don't know them, definitely reach out to them. They would be some awesome ones to have on your podcast to talk about more of the scientific theory of things. Very, very educated man. She is as well. And they are just amazing humans. They definitely get you thinking outside the box. That's for sure. We had them at the Doss house. And for the first time in my life, there was an incident happening in the dining room that, you know, he had all these different types of things recording the space, and he sent it out because he was a little stumped. And apparently we were seeing and capturing plasma. Like, you hear about plasma, like an energy manifesting itself, but just isn't strong enough to actually do it. I never knew it was a for real thing. I thought this was a Ghostbusters thing, you know? So learning that this is actually something you can experience. I told you, I'm new. I didn't know this stuff. And then him literally dictating and, you know, and telling you all the different things. And, you know, that spirit isn't just cold energy. It can be warm energy too, because of how all of the scientific methods of spinning and moving that would cause things to heat up. I mean, I could pick his brain for hours and hours. He is so super smart, and they are awesome people. Should definitely try to get them on here.
Yeah, I'll definitely look them up. I mean,
yeah,
that's why I love it. I mean, I started these podcasts a few months ago, just get to know people.
Yeah.
And plus, I couldn't get out as much as I want to. And I said, I wanted this podcast to be about, you know, you, everybody else, not the group.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I mean, getting to know everybody that's been on, it's just been amazing. And you learn so much.
Yeah.
The one thing that sucks about it, you always come away with more questions than answers. I mean,
true.
But that's a paranormal world. I mean,
that is. Michael said you got slimed.
I got slimed. I didn't get slimed.
He said you got slimed. Yeah.
You're talking like plasma, like a ball of plasma, or what are you? I never really
No, like it kind of looked like a black mist at first coming across the floor. Like, we would see it roll in, and then it would kind of suck back out of view, and then it would come back a little bit thicker than it was before. Like, it started off transparent, and each time we would see it coming through and around, it was getting more dense, and it was starting on the floor, like really low to the floor, and it made it to I'd say about 3 feet thick. And then it just kind of dwindled back away. And while we were there, like watching it with your own eyes, you couldn't make any sense of it. You didn't know, like, did somebody hit a vapor? But we're like, yeah, we're 2 rooms away, watching through, you know, this hallway into this room, watching. There's no way any light can be coming in. And, you know, right prior to this was when we had a music box go off in the creepy stair basement well. And then that's where this black stuff seemed to be coming from. So in the moment, none of us really knew what it was, but Sean was like on it and graphing it and, you know, getting readings with it temperature wise and speed and like all of this stuff. So he then later, that's when he sent it out to several different people. And he said everybody came back to them telling them that it was plasma, and, you know, it was an energy that just wasn't strong enough to actually manifest itself. It was trying, and it was trying hard, but it didn't actually manifest itself into whatever it was trying to do.
That's at least you got to see it. I mean,
yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Danielle, if she's still in here, she'll tell. It was me. Yeah, because it was me, Danielle, Courtney, and Sean. I think Beth was there too. I think.
Yeah, it's strange. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was wild. It was pretty cool.
What's up, Nacho? Nacho's from Verona Ghost Chasers.
Hey, Nacho. Love Nacho. His wife's amazing too. They're good people.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're coming up. Actually, I'm going to Shanley Hotel with them.
Oh, awesome.
So
awesome.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
No, I had one experience. We were in a, I guess, undisclosed location. I left my camera on for like 3 hours on this one dining room table.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it before, and I watched it. Nothing was happening, but this ball came about, and it was like a foot in front of the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the orb because it wasn't moving. It was just like a sphere that came up and disappeared. It was weird, and that's why, like when you said plasma, I'm like, I was hoping it's kind of the same thing, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean though. Like those what are they called? It's like a conductor that they use to create energy in a space. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called, but it seems like it would look something similar than that. But I've never seen anything like that either.
Yeah, I mean, it was like probably a second and a half, and somehow I caught up watching 3 hours of video. So
yeah. Huh. Was it transparent? Could you see through it, or was it solid?
It's when I slowed it down. I mean, I zoomed in. You can see through it.
Okay.
I mean, it was total. It wasn't just like orbs are kind of like 2-dimensional mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a sphere, probably this big.
Wow.
Like something was sitting there.
That's cool. That is.
And Nacho always has to say, "Not my wife." Yes, we know Nacho, but she is awesome.
Yes, she's awesome. Yes, she is.
Yeah. The whole group is cool, but.
Oh yeah.
So,
it's one of the things I'm probably most thankful for is all the awesome people that I've met over the last 2 years doing this. I've met some great people, established some really good friendships.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. Once I did a Madison Seminary a few weeks ago with RC Paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
Never met them before. We've emailed back and forth. I had no idea how many people were in his group. So I'm like, let's do Madison. So we rented Madison out. What I got there, it's just 2 of them and me. That's it. 3 of us and all of Madison.
Perfect.
And I was like, damn, dude. I'm like, well, I've never had 3 people all of Madison. And we're like halfway through, and he looks at me. He's like, I'm glad you're cool because there's some really bad people out there. I'm like, I was thinking the same thing. Like,
yeah.
You don't know what you're walking into. Like,
right. Oh, man. That is very true.
Yeah. So
that is very true.
But everybody I've met, everybody I've worked with has been awesome. I mean.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Couple shady ones along the way. But for the most part, I'd say we're at about 90% that everybody's been amazing, amazing people.
And the shady people just might not be your type of people. I mean, doesn't mean bad.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. It's like Facebook Marketplace. You go to meet strangers, you never know what's going to happen. True story. Paranormal Marketplace.
So all the places you've been to, what's the, I guess, freakiest thing that's ever happened to you?
Well, it's impartial for me to say because my scariest moments have happened at the Doss house. I can't lie about that. I don't know that I think Bel Air was probably my second most scariest moments. The Doss house takes the cake. That house has me fearful. It knows I'm fearful. So I am screwed every time I go in there. That's why I don't go by myself. I just can't shake it. Like there's just it's that basement. And lately it's been the upstairs. Like, I never used to be this big of a chicken. I used to, I was the one that I heard a noise and I was going to check it out. And I was that way up until some really weird, unexplained things happened to me there. I had my first, kind of like a psychic attack in the basement. I felt like I was being held under. My eyes, I was seeing like I was underwater. My friends that were with me said my face turned as red as a tomato. Like, I almost passed out. I didn't know what was happening to me. I just knew I needed to get out of there. And within 10 minutes, I was fine. Like, that house, the way that house affects me, I've never been affected anywhere else. And I mean, I know it's cliche because I own it. But that's just the honest to God truth. Like, the only other place I have ever felt that uneasy was at the Bel Air house.
So, I mean, everybody who doesn't believe her, go find out for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just come on out. Come on out for sure. Nacho's been there. He was actually, I think, one of the first groups that went in at the beginning of the season last year, I believe. Help me out, Nacho. I'm pretty sure. And I think it was just the two of them. There might have been one other person with them, but I'm not sure. That's what Ashley's saying. She's not. I want to investigate the house with you. With me or with Ryan?
You don't like me. So.
Deborah, there she is. I adore her. I love her.
I told you, everybody shows up.
Yeah. I love those two. They're good people. Yeah. With Hollowview. Why did I?
So I told you.
Yeah, y'all can come up and investigate with us anytime. We're going to be there tomorrow night. I think you have plans, though. People always say that. I'm like, I always put up there when we're going to be there. So y'all just come whenever. You just let me know. You guys can come and investigate with us anytime. Are they out there in Ohio too? I don't even know where they live.
They're in Pennsylvania.
Nacho, where are you guys at? Yeah, I thought I saw that you guys were somewhere tomorrow. Yeah, you guys just let me know. You can come hang out with us anytime. The Doss house has spoiled us. Honestly, the Doss house has spoiled us.
That's good, but bad. I mean,
it's bad when you go to other places and you're like, man, this is quiet. But you know that's how it's always been, but you're just used to things being a certain way at this spot. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to try all these things. We're going to pull all these things out. I've recently learned the biggest thing is patience is a virtue, and kind of changing things up a bit. That seems to be, and we go to some really cool places, and you pay lots of money to go to some of these places and nothing happens. You pay hardly any money to go to some places and you have a night full of activity. I think that's been one of our biggest things lately is that we get some groups that come in there and they're like, it was a really quiet night, but we did get tons of hits off of our REM pod, some pretty cool EVPs. We did hear some walking upstairs, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that's pretty awesome. And then you have some other people that come through the door and, they're there for a specific reason, and they expect, pictures to be flying off the walls and doors to be slamming left and right. And, the lights to be shorting out. And I think a big misconception in the paranormal field is people watch too much TV.
Yes.
It's a big part of it.
I mean, you get more and more into it. I mean, you're scared a lot though. So, I mean,
oh yeah,
we talk about it. Like, I'll go to a place and be like, yeah, not much happened. Like 2 shadow figures ran by my face, and like that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. I am a basement junkie. I love basements. And I have a belief in basements that I don't know why dark entities always like basements.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you don't go down there, they start roaming a house.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Because you have a dark entity in your basement. I mean, do you think if people avoided it, it would come up?
Oh, it does. I think that's why it's been getting to me more so lately, because I have been completely avoiding the basement. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thought to consider. Now, there are several people, I mean, people go down there all of the time. And, you know, they get things that happen to them. I think it's just because of my experiences that I had there. And for whatever reason, I can't shake this one. But yeah, I definitely think it's coming up for me now.
I mean, it sounds like it feeds off your fear.
It does. 100%. I believe that.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, that's the way you
Mm-mm.
are.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, I've been trying, like, you know, trying to like stake claim to like, this is my house. You are not going to make me afraid. Like, it doesn't work. And it's like, as soon as I get that gust of confidence and I put my feet down, something really messed up happens and it's over. I'm done. I'm screaming or running or jumping. Oh yeah. Danielle will tell you, like, I don't know what it is about that energy that I don't know.
I mean,
Can't put my
everybody
finger on
has
it.
a kryptonite. So, I mean,
Yeah, there is that.
yeah, I want to get to a DOS house. I've been trying to get to a DOS house.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about the DOS house. I'm gonna look for next month. Trying to get
Yeah.
down there in the month. So see
Absolutely.
what they
Then you get a 2026 for free, man.
have. Yeah, I'm always out for free.
Nacho probably missed that one. Nacho, you book within the end of the year, you get a 2026 one for free.
So Nacho, we gotta get down there this next month.
Yeah. There
We'll
you
get
go.
together, got some dates.
You even got Deb cheering you on.
They're gonna be so sick of me. We got Shanley Hotel, then we do DOS House, then we got Madison.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Nacho's
Yeah.
gonna be sick of me. So, oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nacho and usually Travis or Justin. We do a podcast once a month called Beyond the Spirits. I'm not saying what type of spirits, but we go beyond the spirits, and we always have a special guest.
Awesome.
So I'll announce it. We have what was it? Christopher Boggs, the mortician, coming on next month.
Cool.
So that'd be a cool one.
Yeah. Yeah, well. I'm wondering why I didn't get an invite to the Shanley Nacho. That's what I'm wondering about. He said you have to try harder to get rid of me. We haven't been to the Shanley yet. I know Danielle had mentioned it a while back. You guys are always busy. They keep claiming too that they're going to slow down, and they're not going. Yeah, no, they're not. They're junkies like we are. They're not going to slow down.
No, I mean it's amazing how you go on and Verona's always doing something.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good time.
That's where I want to be, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm retired, so
Get a hold of me, Nacho. We'll plan something together up at the DOS house. You let me know what your schedule allows.
yeah, I'll get together with Nacho and we'll see what we can get next month. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a 3-hour drive. We'll get it done. Yeah, Shanley was mine. I didn't know you, Shauna. Sorry. At the time,
it's just my job to harass Nacho every chance I get.
it's easy to do. I mean, 33 investigations, 2025. That's pretty sick. So
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. But yeah.
All right. So I mean, we're gonna wrap this up here. Anybody got any other questions for Shauna and the DOS house? Besides that, we all want to go down there sometime. I mean, we will make it down. Going once, going twice.
Y'all better. I'm holding y'all to it too.
at the
Following up. And when we come back out to Madison, we'll get a hold of you for that too. We love it out there.
I mean, I love Madison. I said I've been there a lot of times. I mean,
yeah, that's a cool place.
I definitely want to do Das House. I mean, it's
sounds good to us.
I mean, how big is Das House? Like comfortably, how many people?
Comfortably 6. Doable 8. I mean, Dark Hollow had Ashley. I think there was like 12 of them. So you can definitely work it out if you have a bigger group. Like they would just rotate groups. But yeah, to stay for 13, the overnight, I would say I agree with Deborah on that. Like 6 people comfortably. We usually get in there like 7 or 8. Like this Friday is going to be, it's going to be me, my Aunt Cheryl, Ashley, Mike, Brian, and Michaela, and my sister-in-law, Missy. So there'll be 7 of us, and we'll be plenty comfortable in there. How the house is set up, even so, like you could have 2 or 3 people in the living room, and the dining room is adjoining, so you can separate the group that way. The upstairs, there's 2 rooms up there. It's in a stairwell. You can separate your group along that. We've recently been shoving all the guys over into the barbershop while all of us girls are in the kitchen watching in, because the barbershop tends to be more active when the guys are over there. So yeah, it's definitely, and then the basement has 3 different spaces, creepy spaces down there. So yeah, it's easy to navigate, anywhere from 6 to 8 people in there, but definitely 6 is way more comfortable.
All right. So
hello, RC Paranormal.
It's Chris, man. Chris is cool as hell. So Bobby, I'll bring myself, and maybe Michael might join me, but that's it. So I got 2. Figure out the rest.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, I do remember now. Deb said that the last time they came up, it was like an ice storm. So they were trying to avoid traveling up this way when the weather gets too bad. Early to mid-November, you should be safe.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I mean, I live in a snow belt, so.
Yeah, we're used to it up here. We don't.
Yeah. So RC jumps on late. That's fine. Again, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, anytime.
I love owners coming on. I mean, I always say if it wasn't for the owners, these places, there wouldn't be us. And they always say, well, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be us.
Absolutely. Well, and hey, we are us. So even the better.
Again, thanks for what you do in the community, even if they don't appreciate it all the time, but that is what it is. I mean,
I appreciate you having us on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. And we will hopefully see you next month.
Sounds good. We look forward to it.
We'll go from there. I hate ending this stuff. I just end it. So again, thanks to everybody who jumped on. Thanks for your questions. Again, thanks again, Shauna. And, keep being you. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,